In a world full of mixed signals, temporary connections, and emotionally unavailable people, knowing whether someone is genuinely invested in you can feel confusing, even exhausting. We live in a time where "I miss you" can be just another text, and "I love you" is sometimes said without depth. So how do you really know if a man is emotionally invested in you, not just physically attracted or casually interested, but truly connected with his heart? The truth is, emotional investment looks different from surface-level affection. It's not about how often he texts or how charming his words are. It's about the consistency of his presence, the depth of his care, and the way he shows up for you when no one's watching. Real emotional connection doesn't hide behind perfect timing or sweet talk. It reveals itself in the small, quiet moments, when he listens without interrupting, when he notices you're not okay even before you say it, when your dreams matter to him as much as his own. A man who is emotionally invested doesn't just enjoy your company. He respects your emotions, honors your boundaries, and creates a space where you can be fully yourself. You feel emotionally safe, not anxious or confused. You don't constantly question where you stand, because his actions speak clearly. You matter to him. And not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's inconvenient. That's the kind of connection that builds something lasting. Many women are taught to wait for grand gestures to feel loved, but the truth is, emotional investment is often quiet. It's in the way he checks in during a busy day. It's in the way he remembers that one little thing you said weeks ago. It's how your pain affects him, how your happiness lights him up, and how he's not afraid to open up emotionally in front of you. These signs aren't always loud, but they're always honest. This isn't about finding the perfect man. No one is perfect. It's about recognizing the real ones, the ones who are emotionally mature enough to show up, to feel, to care, and to love with intention. If you've been wondering where you stand with someone, or if you're questioning whether he's truly in it with you, these signs will help bring you clarity. In this video, or article, we'll go through 15 clear signs that a man is not just saying he cares, but actually showing it through his actions, consistency, and emotional presence. If you find these signs in your relationship, you may already have something truly meaningful. And if you don't, maybe it's time to stop settling for someone who only shows up halfway. Let's get into it. 1. He remembers the little things you say. When a man is emotionally invested in you, one of the most telling signs is that he remembers the little things you say. These aren't grand confessions or life-changing moments. They're small details that most people would overlook. It could be something as simple as your favorite snack, the way you like your coffee, a story you told once about your childhood, or a casual comment you made about a stressful day. These small pieces of information may seem insignificant, but to someone who truly cares, they matter. This behavior shows that he's not just hearing you, he's actually listening. And not just listening to respond, but listening to understand and connect. Emotional investment goes beyond surface-level interest. It's about making mental notes of what matters to you because your happiness, your comfort, and your stories mean something to him. When a man brings up a detail you mentioned weeks ago, without you reminding him, it reflects that he values what you share. It's not about a perfect memory. It's about intentional attention. It reveals that your words don't go in one ear and out the other. They stay with him. This is a subtle but powerful form of emotional presence. Remembering the little things is his way of saying, "You matter to me," without needing to say it directly. In a world where many listen just to reply, someone who listens to truly understand is rare. And someone who remembers what you said is someone who genuinely feels connected to you. 2. He opens up about his feelings. When a man is emotionally invested in you, he begins to open up about his feelings, something many men find difficult to do. Society often teaches men to hide their emotions, to be strong and guarded. So when he chooses to share what's in his heart with you, it's a sign of deep trust and emotional connection. He's not just talking about surface-level things. He's letting you into his inner world. He may express his fears, dreams, insecurities, or past experiences that shaped him, things he doesn't share with just anyone, and let you see the real him, even if it's messy or imperfect. Emotional openness isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's in a quiet moment when he confesses he had a rough day, or when he tells you why certain things matter to him. These moments are often raw and real, and they build the foundation for a deep and lasting emotional bond. When a man talks about his feelings, he's not just sharing information, he's inviting you into a deeper level of intimacy. He wants you to understand what moves him, what hurts him, and what makes him happy. It's a way of saying, I trust you with my heart. And that level of emotional openness doesn't happen unless he's truly invested in you, both mentally and emotionally. 3. He prioritizes your happiness. When a man is emotionally invested in you, your happiness genuinely matters to him, sometimes even more than his own. This doesn't mean he sacrifices everything blindly, but it does mean he takes your emotions into account when making decisions, both big and small. He pays attention to what brings a smile to your face and actively tries to bring more of that into your life. Whether it's planning something special to cheer you up after a hard week or simply listening when you need to vent, he makes an effort to be present and supportive. Prioritizing your happiness is not about grand gestures all the time. It's often shown in the consistent, small ways he shows up for you. He notices when you're not okay and does what he can to lift your mood. He respects your feelings, avoids doing things that hurt you, and puts in the effort to resolve conflicts instead of ignoring them. His goal isn't just to keep the peace, it's to see you genuinely content and emotionally fulfilled. This kind of behavior comes from a place of deep care. He doesn't just like you, he's emotionally connected to you. Your joy becomes a part of his own well-being. When you're happy, he feels lighter. When you're upset, he feels it too. That emotional attunement is a powerful indicator that he's not just physically present, he's fully invested in the relationship and in making it a place where both of you can grow and thrive. 4. He includes you in his future plans. When a man is emotionally invested in you, one of the clearest signs is that he naturally includes you in his future plans. This isn't something he forces or says just to please you. It comes out in the way he talks about what's ahead. Whether he's discussing next month, next year, or even further down the line, he speaks as if you're already a part of it. It might be subtle, like mentioning a trip he wants to take with you, talking about living together someday, or imagining how certain life goals would look with you by his side. This inclusion shows that he's thinking long-term and sees you as a stable, meaningful part of his life. He's not just in the moment, he's building a vision where your presence matters. It reflects emotional security and genuine commitment. Even in casual conversations, he might say things like, "When we go there," or "if we ever have kids," without hesitation, because in his mind, you're already woven into that picture. It also shows that he respects your role in his life decisions. He's not just living for himself anymore. He's starting to consider how his choices will affect both of you. This level of involvement is a strong sign that he values the relationship deeply and isn't afraid to plan for a future that includes love, partnership, and stability, with you at the center of it. That's not just affection. That's emotional investment. 5. He checks in on you often. When a man is emotionally invested in you, he checks in on you regularly, not out of obligation, but because he genuinely cares. It's not always dramatic or overly romantic. Sometimes it's a simple, "Did you eat?" or "How was your day?" These small, consistent gestures reflect a deep emotional presence. He wants to know how you're feeling, what you're going through, and whether you're okay. He pays attention to your moods, your routine, and even your silence. If something seems off, he doesn't wait for you to speak up. He reaches out. This habit of checking in shows that you're on his mind even when you're not around. It's his way of staying connected with your world and making sure you feel seen, heard, and supported. Whether you're having a good day or a hard one, he wants to be part of it. He doesn't disappear when things get tough. Instead, he becomes more present. That reliability and emotional awareness are rare, and they say more than grand romantic words ever could. When someone checks in on you consistently, it builds trust. You start to feel safe, knowing there's someone who's genuinely invested in your well-being. It's not about controlling or keeping tabs. It's about caring from the heart. That kind of emotional attentiveness doesn't come from casual interest. It comes from someone who feels deeply connected and truly values your presence in his life. 6. He listens without distractions. When a man is emotionally invested in you, he listens to you without distractions, and that speaks volumes. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone is constantly scrolling, multitasking, and half-present, giving someone your full attention is rare. So when he puts down his phone, pauses the TV, or stops what he's doing just to hear you out, it shows you truly matter to him. He's not just hearing your words. He's listening to understand, to feel what you're saying, and to connect with you on a deeper level. This kind of focused attention shows emotional presence. It means he values your voice, your thoughts, and your feelings. You never feel like you're interrupting or like he's just nodding along without really being there. Instead, you feel heard, validated, and emotionally safe. Whether you're telling a funny story, venting about your day, or sharing something personal, he's right there with you, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. Listening without distractions is a form of respect, but more than that, it's a form of love. It says, "What you're saying matters to me, and I care enough to pause my world for yours." It's subtle, but powerful. And when a man consistently does this, it's not just about good manners. It's a strong, clear sign that he's emotionally connected, present, and deeply invested in the relationship. 7. He notices when something's off. When a man is emotionally invested in you, he doesn't need you to spell things out. He just knows when something is off. Whether it's a subtle change in your tone, the way you reply, or even the energy in your silence, he picks up on it. He's tuned into you on a level that goes beyond the surface. It's not just about paying attention to what you say, but sensing how you feel, even when you're trying to hide it or play it cool. This awareness shows that he's emotionally connected and genuinely attuned to your well-being. He cares enough to observe the little shifts in your mood or behavior, and he doesn't brush them off. Instead, he gently checks in, asks if you're okay, or simply offers a kind word or silent support, whatever you need in that moment. Sometimes you won't even realize you needed it until he brings it up. It's comforting to know someone sees you that clearly. You don't have to constantly explain yourself or pretend everything's fine. His emotional investment creates that space where you can be vulnerable, and he meets you with care and presence. Noticing when something's off isn't just about being observant. It's about being emotionally present. It means your emotional state matters to him, and he wants to be there, not just during the good days, but especially when you're not quite yourself. 8. He values your opinions. When a man is emotionally invested in you, your opinions hold real weight in his life. He doesn't just listen to what you think out of politeness. He genuinely considers your perspective when making decisions or reflecting on situations. Whether it's something small like choosing a movie or something bigger like handling a conflict, your input matters to him. He seeks it out not because he's unsure of himself, but because he respects your mind and values what you bring to the table. This kind of behavior shows that he sees you as an equal, not just a companion. He's not just emotionally connected to you. He also admires your judgment and trusts your thoughts. It's not about agreeing with everything you say, but about giving your voice space in his world. He may ask for your advice, want your take on things that are important to him, or consider how his actions might affect you before making a move. When someone values your opinions, it creates emotional security. You feel heard, appreciated, and validated. It's a sign that the relationship isn't one-sided. It's a partnership built on mutual respect and emotional investment. In a healthy connection, feeling like your thoughts are not just accepted but appreciated is one of the strongest indicators that he's truly connected to you. Not just with his heart, but with his mind and intentions too. 9. He makes time for you no matter how busy he is. When a man is emotionally invested in you, no matter how busy his schedule gets, he will always find a way to make time for you. It doesn't mean he's free all the time, but it does mean you're a priority in his life, not an afterthought. Even on his busiest days, he'll send a quick message, make a short call, or show up when it matters most. His actions say, "You're important to me," not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's not. Time is one of the most valuable things anyone can give, and when he chooses to share it with you consistently, it shows deep emotional commitment. He doesn't let work, friends, or daily responsibilities become excuses to emotionally drift. Instead, he balances his life in a way that keeps space for you. Because being close to you isn't a task, it's something he wants. It energizes him, comforts him, and keeps him grounded. It's easy to give attention when things are slow, but true investment shows up in how someone shows love during life's chaos. When a man goes out of his way to be present, whether it's for 5 minutes or 5 hours, it means you've become a meaningful part of his life rhythm. That kind of consistency reflects not just affection, but a deeper emotional bond that values connection over convenience. 10. He's comfortable being vulnerable around you. When a man is emotionally invested in you, he becomes comfortable being vulnerable around you. And that's one of the most powerful signs of deep connection. Vulnerability doesn't just mean crying or sharing emotional stories. It means showing parts of himself that he usually keeps hidden from the world. It's when he talks about his fears, his insecurities, his doubts, or the pain he's carried from the past. It's when he lets his guard down and doesn't feel the need to pretend he has it all together. This level of openness isn't easy for most men. Many are taught to hide their emotions or only show strength. So when he feels safe enough to be raw and real with you, it means he trusts you with his truest self. He believes you won't judge him or use his vulnerability against him. Instead, he feels seen, supported, and accepted. That comfort only comes when someone feels emotionally connected, when the relationship is more than just surface level. Being vulnerable around you also means he's not afraid to express love, affection, or even emotional dependence. He can admit when he misses you, when he's scared, or when he needs your support. And that honesty creates a deeper intimacy, one where both people feel emotionally safe and understood. It's not weakness, it's strength in its most honest form. And when a man shows you that side of himself, it's clear that his heart is fully invested in you. 11. He respects your boundaries. When a man is emotionally invested in you, he respects your boundaries without hesitation or resistance. He understands that love and connection aren't about control or pressure. They're about trust, comfort, and mutual respect. Whether your boundaries are physical, emotional, or personal, he honors them because he values your well-being just as much as his own desires. He doesn't make you feel guilty for saying no, doesn't push you to explain every limit you set, and never crosses a line you've drawn. Respecting boundaries is more than just being nice. It's a clear sign of emotional maturity and deep care. He wants you to feel safe, both with him and within yourself. That safety builds a stronger emotional connection, where you don't have to be on guard or constantly explain yourself. You know, he's not just there to take. He's there to protect what you need in order to feel secure and loved. This respect also shows in how he gives you space when you need it, listens when you speak up, and adjusts his behavior if something makes you uncomfortable. He doesn't get defensive or dismissive. He listens, learns, and responds with kindness. That kind of response doesn't come from shallow interest. It comes from someone who's emotionally connected and deeply invested in you. Someone who sees your boundaries not as obstacles, but as an essential part of truly loving and honoring who you are. 12. He celebrates your wins like his own. When a man is emotionally invested in you, your victories feel like his own, and he celebrates them with genuine excitement and pride. Whether it's a big promotion, a small personal achievement, or a goal you've finally reached, he's right there cheering you on. There's no jealousy, no competition, and no downplaying of your success. Instead, he lights up with happiness because he knows how hard you worked and how much it means to you. This kind of reaction shows that your happiness contributes to his. He's not just observing your journey from the sidelines. He's emotionally involved in it. He understands what your accomplishments represent, and he feels joy knowing that you're growing, succeeding, and becoming more confident. He may brag about you to others, offer words of encouragement, or do something thoughtful to mark the moment. His celebration is not performative, it's heartfelt. When someone celebrates your wins as if they were their own, it means they've emotionally aligned themselves with you. Your growth doesn't threaten him. It inspires him, uplifts him, and brings him closer to you. In a relationship built on emotional investment, both partners become each other's loudest supporters. So when he reacts to your achievements with genuine enthusiasm, it's more than just support. It's love in action, and it's a reflection of how deeply your happiness is intertwined with his. 13. He gets emotionally affected when you're upset. When a man is emotionally invested in you, your emotions deeply affect him, especially when you're upset. He doesn't brush it off or tell you to just relax. Instead, he feels it with you. Your pain becomes his concern, and your sadness doesn't sit lightly with him. Whether you're frustrated, anxious, or quietly withdrawn, he notices it, and it hits him on a personal level. That's because your emotional state matters to him far beyond surface care. It impacts how he feels too. He might not always have the perfect words or immediate solutions, but you'll see the shift in his behavior, the worry in his eyes, the softness in his voice, or the way he becomes more present, attentive, and gentle. He wants to comfort you, not just out of duty, but because it hurts him to see you hurting. That kind of emotional reaction doesn't come from casual affection. It comes from a heart that's genuinely tied to yours. When your bad day ruins his, or when your tears make him feel helpless, it shows that he's connected to you emotionally on a deep level. He doesn't want to fix you. He wants to support you, stand beside you, and remind you you're not alone. That kind of emotional responsiveness is a quiet but powerful sign of love. It says, without needing words, your feelings matter to me just as much as my own. 14. He makes you feel emotionally safe. When a man is emotionally invested in you, one of the most powerful things he gives you is emotional safety. You feel like you can be completely yourself around him. No masks, no fear of judgment, no need to hide your flaws or soften your feelings. You're able to express your thoughts, your fears, and even your pain, knowing he won't dismiss, criticize, or use your vulnerability against you. He creates a space where honesty is welcomed, not punished. Emotional safety isn't just about being kind during the good times. It's about how he responds when things are hard. When you're upset, when you disagree, or when you're feeling broken, he stays calm, patient, and open. He listens without jumping to conclusions. He respects your emotions, even if he doesn't fully understand them, because he knows they're real to you. That kind of steady presence allows you to let your guard down and trust him more deeply. When a man makes you feel emotionally safe, you're not walking on eggshells. You're not afraid of how he'll react or whether he'll still be there tomorrow. You feel supported, accepted, and free to grow, even in your most vulnerable moments. This kind of connection doesn't come from shallow interest. It comes from emotional commitment, a decision to show up for you not just physically, but emotionally and consistently. It's a quiet, steady kind of love that builds real, lasting intimacy. 15. He supports your goals and dreams. When a man is emotionally invested in you, he supports your goals and dreams with genuine belief and enthusiasm. He doesn't just say, "Go for it," to sound encouraging. He truly wants to see you succeed. He listens when you talk about your ambitions, asks thoughtful questions, and remembers the details. He celebrates your progress and stands by you during setbacks. His support isn't passive, it's active and consistent, because he sees your growth as something valuable, not threatening. A man who's deeply connected to you emotionally wants to see you shine, even if it means you're focused on something outside the relationship. He doesn't feel insecure about your success. Instead, he's proud of your strength and potential. He might help you brainstorm ideas, offer help when you're stuck, or simply remind you of your worth when self-doubt creeps in. His support is steady, not because he's trying to earn points, but because he truly believes in you. This kind of encouragement creates a powerful bond. You feel seen, respected, and inspired to reach higher because you know someone has your back. And he doesn't do it for recognition. He does it because your dreams matter to him, just like they matter to you. That deep level of support reflects more than love. It shows he's emotionally invested in your future, your happiness, and everything you hope to become.